Yo, do you play FIFA 22? Yeah. Is your team bang average? You absolute pathetic piece of... You're saying that to the viewers? No, obviously. Ah, okay. I mean you. Do you face teams like this?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Do you know there's a way to get coins? Why are you shouting at me? Then go to usebuy.com for the cheapest and most reliable place to buy your coins on FIFA 22. Link is down below in the description. And also use code Vizeh at checkout to get a discount. Yo lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, welcome back to, kind of just me just talking and rambling. There'll be another video out later on today, an actual normal video. This is just me just talking and just talking about there is a current situation with Maguire, but there's kind of more that I want to get into with that, about England, about Southgate, about the current kind of like, I don't know what to call it, toxic atmosphere with football, which I am getting fucking annoyed of. So, of course, a day or so ago, there was England game against Ivory Coast, and Maguire got booed by not the majority of Wembley, but like, you know, by a noticeable amount. Okay, it wasn't the entire stadium of how many thousand people booed him. It was, you know, a couple of thousand maybe, if that, right? That booed his name when the team sheet came out. Literally, this incident is really a nothing incident in football, really, because players get booed or they get like banter a lot, but that is usually by the opponent fans. When you have your own fans booing their own player, then I find that really weird. But even in some cases, I can kind of understand. If Manchester United fans boo Harry Maguire when he's playing for Manchester United, then I would understand, because I know that he's not been that good for them, especially in the last year or two, right? In his first year, he did alright because he put a system which suited him. They dropped back to have more protection, and in the last couple of years, he's been found out because that's not the kind of player that he is. He doesn't suit the kind of system that they want to play. So, if he was getting booed for Manchester United, then that makes sense. But he got booed for England. Harry Maguire, who played every game in the Euros, did not concede a single goal from open play. Okay, after 7 games in Euros, we only conceded 2 in the final 2 games in semi and the final, both being to set pieces by a free kick by Damsgaard. Incredible free kick. Nothing anyone could do about that. And in the final, that was the corner, right? Which maybe something could have been done better there. But really, 5 clean sheets in 7 games of a major international tournament. You may say, yeah, but it's only Ukraine. Oh, it's only Germany. Oh, it's only... Shut the up, okay? We've seen so many times that, especially in international football, that because you have the better team and the better players, that means nothing. We saw France draw to Turkey twice in a row in the qualifiers. Turkey's not as good as France. We saw Germany get knocked out by Korea and by Sweden in the 2018 World Cup. We saw Spain get knocked out by Russia in the 2018 World Cup. Things happen. We see upsets happen. It's a very common thing. So I don't really get this entire hate for Southgate, and this is more about Southgate. I'm seeing so many people go into him. Fam, we've reached our first semi-final since 1996 and our first final since 1966. Why are people pretending that we are a big footballing nation internationally? We're not. Like, historically, we have not made it past the quarterfinals at all. Like, maybe like 4 or 5 times in football history, and we're acting as if like we are expected to win the entire thing. Yes, there's the coming home memes, and yes, the England fans are quite well known for getting, you know, quite hyped up and maybe overhyping a lot of their players, and you're not wrong. For most players, you are kind of overhyping it because that's just what we are, that's just who we are. But as an actual team, in terms of midfield, I don't think our midfield is the best in Europe. Our defense is definitely not the best in Europe. You know, our only main thing is really our attack. We got a pretty good attack and good variety all around, but we've not got the best team. So I just want to say, if you're like against Southgate, and I don't know what actually do you want, like winning a trophy internationally is hard. It happens every 2 years that you have a chance, and each time we got knocked out in extra time and also on penalties in the final. So like, it's not like we got knocked out by Iceland like we did back in 2016 with Roy Hodgson. That happened literally like, what, 6 years ago that happened? That's not that far away. 2014 World Cup, embarrassed by Uruguay, by Italy, and also by, we got a draw to, who was it, like Costa Rica? 2012 Euros, didn't even go far there. 2010 World Cup, literally another embarrassment as always. We are not historically a good footballing nation, even when we had probably our best players back in the 04, 06, 02. That's the real golden era of players that I see anyway. And again, we flopped. So for anyone that's giving Southgate hate, I don't know actually what you want him to do, because yes, he may play more defensive and more boring football, but defense wins titles and defense wins games. If you don't concede, you cannot lose, unless it's a 0-0 and you lose on pens, right? We're not that good defensively, so we protect our weakness. I don't get the problem with it. So if you are someone that wants Southgate out, then I think you're fucking idiot. Anyway, we're talking about Maguire with booing, and really just booing in general. For me, in my opinion, booing in football is one of the stupidest things that you could possibly do when you're booing your own player. There is nothing good that can possibly come from booing your own player. And you may have your own opinion. You may think that they're not good enough. You may think they're doing poor. You can have your own opinion, right? But in my opinion, you booing them will just make them play worse. Footballers thrive off confidence. It's not rocket science. When you see footballers, if they are high confidence, they take more risk. They do things better. They have more confidence. They got wind in their sails. They're in a stride, okay? They're taking on man. They may take on a play which they usually wouldn't. They just go for a safe pass. And when they get booed, what do you think they're going to do when they get booed? They're going to not want to get booed again. So what would they do? They're going to play much more tenser, much more safer to make sure that they don't make a mistake. Therefore, you get more boring football. Therefore, they're going to think they're playing worse because they're going for the simple passes. Therefore, they get booed even more because they're playing the simple passes. The idea that people are saying, yes, but they earn this amount of money, therefore we can do whatever we want. You're a I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. If you think just because they earn a lot of money, therefore you can do whatever you want and just give them how much stick that you want to give them, and think that that is going to make them do anything else but make them play worse and make them play much more safer and make them not care as much, then if you don't think that, then you are deluded. Not every single player in the world is Cristiano Ronaldo. Not every single player in the world is a mentality giant. And the thing is, with Maguire and England, he's played fantastic for England. Like, people saying, oh yeah, but like Tomori's not been called up, so therefore why isn't he there? Why is Maguire there? Because Maguire for England has played well. Maguire for England got in the team in a tournament. Maguire for England kept 5 clean sheets in 7 games and conceded 0 from open play goals. And he started every game in the entire tournament. That is why he starts. Yes, for Manchester United, he's not played well, but for England, Southgate, as we all know, if players has performed well for him and has performed well in his system, then he's going to pick those players. I don't know how it's seen as like a rare thing that you pick players based on who does well. Like, as a Burnley fan, I've seen Dwight McNeil 2 weeks ago. He was booed against Chelsea. He got booed. What the f*** are you doing? Yes, booing isn't really like abuse, okay? I don't really agree that it's abuse, but it's definitely going to make your players be more scared to take risks because they're just going to get booed again, okay? It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to experience, okay? I don't care how much money you make. It's not a good thing to experience, and players thrive with confidence. So if you are booing your own players, then you are actively going against the best interest of your team. It's as simple as that. So if you do it, please stop. You can have your opinions on players, but when you're there at the actual stadium, then get behind the lads. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, you're not an actual supporter. I don't care if you pay your money. You're not an actual supporter of the team if you boo them when you're there at a game. So for fuck's sake, man, please stop this shit. And also one other element, right, about the entire Maguire thing is that it's now somehow been twisted into racism. I don't know how Maguire being booed has now been twisted into, oh, but they didn't react like this when Joe Gomez got into a fight with Sterling and then he got booed at the game, even though all players also criticised the booing of him as well. But then people try to twist it into, yeah, but no, they didn't, but they actually did. Harry Kane did a post, even though Kane criticised it as well. The response to him being booed and the players backing him and saying that, you know, what people are doing is wrong, that should not be turned into like, oh, but like, they're only doing it because he's white. I don't know how this even happens. Racism, of course, is much more wrong, and racism is a proper, serious problem in football. But when you try to, like, almost cling on to things like what some people are doing, then it almost ruins what they're trying to achieve. Because if you just call out anything as racism, then it waters down, like, the actual racist acts. Tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.